Batman Superman issue 13 catches up with Batwoman and Steel as they leave Earth and head to the moon. John notes how this is Kate's first time in space and the woman is more than happy just to watch the stars from the rooftops. John Henry says that he's been to space countless times and every time it makes all this craziness seem worth it. They soon pick up a signal of something, knowing it must be where Batman and Superman tracked Brainiac's program to. Suddenly their ship is attacked by Robo Doomsday, who rips their ship apart, throwing Steel clear of the wreckage. Steel loses his hammer as Doomsday comes for him, but Batwoman returns with the hammer, smashing the robot Doomsday's head off. Steel reminds Batwoman that the real Doomsday can take a few more hits than that, but Kate is just happy to finally field test her new space armor, and now they know who to blame when Natasha asks who blew up their ship. Nearby they find Batman's rocket, learning the AI that runs it has been erased, but 2 life signs are being detected nearby, meaning the heroes are still alive. Soon the heroes are attacked by Brainiac drones who come to defend the perimeter of their master's base. Steel wonders if maybe asking them to take them to their leader is off the board, as elsewhere, Robot Riddler asks the captured Batman some riddles while playing chess with him. The hero easily solves the riddles, allowing him to deactivate his restraints. Riddler asks how he knew, and Batman says that the riddles were only to distract him from the game. But then he realized the riddles were clues to the villain's next moves. Brainiac is pleased with the test, moving it to the next one and self-destructing Riddler. As Batman evades the explosion, he's confronted by Robo, Two-Face and Scarecrow. Before they can attack, however, Batman destroys Two-Face with Riddler's cane, taking his coin and hurling it through Scarecrow's head. Heading into the next test, Batman enters a giant maze, told by Brainiac that he isn't fighting fairly, since Batman would never be so brutal to his real villains. Batman knows that these aren't his real villains, and the being isn't Brainiac, just a rogue program that broke into his computer and turned his villain program into a playland. Brainiac says that he merged with the program to better understand Batman's enemies and to predict their moves, but it's now clear that their battles are never ending and he must act quickly if he is to truly help the hero and end his enemies once and for all. Brainiac says that he has questions, wondering why the so-called hero hides in the shadows and breaks laws. Batman says that he has a code to save lives and make sure what happened to him never happens to anyone else. Brainiac knows that trauma drives him, yet it also informs the actions of his enemies. So why did Batman choose a different path from the villains? Batman deals with Killer Croc, telling Brainiac that if he wants to know what a true villain is, he should activate the Joker file. Brainiac creates a Robo Joker, having it appear before Batman, who knows he might actually enjoy beating this one up. Superman meanwhile punches through Mongol and Darkseid, told by Brainiac to not hold back any of his power, asking if he enjoys the freedom of unleashing his full power. Superman says he's never enjoyed fighting, doing what he does to help people, and he looks forward to the day he never has to fight again. Brainiac says that day is unlikely to come, but Superman doesn't believe that, the villain knowing that he believes in hope. Brainiac knows that hope factors the positive outcomes and excludes the negative out of convenience, meaning the whole concept is strange. The being reframes his questions to Superman, knowing he only saw Superman's abilities and that's not a proper test of the Man of Steel, since his true battles are moral ones. A Robo Lex Luthor attacks as the villain says that Lex also seeks to be a hero. Clark knows that Luthor does so out of selfish reasons and wants to be seen as a hero, not actually help people. The program knows that altruism isn't a desire trait, wondering if self-preservation should be admonished. Superman knows if it's at the expense of others, it is, and he knows the universe is a community and helping others helps yourself. He knows altruism is a paradox, as Brainiac wonders if Luthor is to be punished for his behavior, but Clark knows Lex tries to be a hero over and over again, but he always ends up going back to his bad habits. Brainiac wants to know why this is, so Clark tells him the story of the Scorpion and the Frog, revealing that it's just in Lex's nature to be bad. Brainiac is familiar with the tale as he has many examples in his files. He asks why Lex operates as a hero differently to Superman, learning from the hero he was raised by people who taught him values, whereas Lex had a much harder childhood and was raised by people who would rather hurt him than offer him kindness. Brainiac asks why Superman has never saved Lex Luthor, wanting to understand why he sees Luthor as an enemy. Before Superman can answer, the robot Joker rips Robo Luthor's head off, throwing it away. Batman appears, saying that he tricked the programming into making a Joker robot robot, and seeing as Joker is a chaos engine that even a computer can't understand, it would wreak havoc, especially after the hero did some minor programming to challenge Brainiac's programming. Superman knows that he made a virus to combat Brainiac, and Batman says that it should give them some time to escape. Brainiac knows they need to start the test again, activating all his drones, since if the heroes won't comply, he will force them. Suddenly, Steel and Batwoman smash their way into the maze. John Henry tells Clark he found them thanks to doing something similar when he was a child, where he pulled the plants that made the maze walls up out so he could cheat. As Clark says it's good to see John Henry, and Batman reminds Batwoman his orders were for her to stay away, Brainiac creates a new robot, the Composite Superman, telling the heroes that it was his wish to finish the program Batman made, and he needed more heroes to help compare against. And with Batwoman and Steel arriving, it gave him what he needed. So now he has absorbed the best of both of the world's finest, knowing that they are not needed anymore. He leaves them at the mercy of his Legion of Doom robots as Composite Superman blasts off to Earth, landing in Metropolis, where he begins to attack people, knowing to understand the mindset of a villain, he must become one. Batman Superman issue 13 was a great continuation of the Brainiac storyline that finally revealed the program's true intentions, as well as his endgame with the Composite Superman. I love that this version of Brainiac, and it definitely is a different version to the one we see in the Legion of Doom currently and the one we've seen in Supergirl, has become a new version of Brother Eye, wanting to stop villains but also wanting to understand their motives as to why they fight the heroes and why the heroes fight them. The villain's conversation with Superman about Luthor was really quite fantastic, and I hope we get more of that now that Composite Superman is finally here and wreaking havoc on Earth. More Batwoman and Steel would be welcome as well, since their team up in the first part of the story was really quite good, yet here they aren't really present at all, so hopefully that's rectified in the coming issues of this arc. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.